1920, which is a bad time to come to Massachusetts. You've got no buildings built. You have nothing there to protect you. They land in the Massachusetts winter. There's 102 of them. The winter is rough enough that when spring comes, half of them are dead, so 51 left.
Was this before the Turnpike?
Yeah, it was before the Massachusetts, Georgia, all the Turnpike.
Barney Frank was back in town from Washington.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but it was after the big dig, right?
Yeah.
that would have been, they would have loved to have had a Turnpike back then.
That's for sure.
They would have loved it. So they go through that winter. They come into the next spring, and their elders write that they've been blessed with an abundance of food. And so that fall, they called together. And by the way, when they came out of winter, there was an Indian there that met them, and this Indian spoke English, and they had no reason to expect anybody.
That's Squanto?
Squanto. Spoke English, and he introduced them to the other Indians, and he became their interpreter and helped them.
How did that happen, David, that he happened to be there when they came ashore?
As their governor said, he was an instrument of God for our good. I mean, they said that there's no way to explain it. What you hear from those who studied the life of Squanto is that he had been taken as an Indian over to England, where he was presented to royalty. When he came back, his entire tribe had died as a result of disease, so he's the only one left.
And see, there's the terror. There's the terror
terrorism,
right
that's right.
There's the terrorism right there.
And all those sicknesses. And so he's got nobody left in his tribe, and he sees these weird-looking folks show up, and he goes and offers to help them. And so he became the intermediary between the Indian tribes and the Pilgrims. But that fall, they had so much that they had harvested that they invited, there were 51 Pilgrims. They invited 90 Indians to come. They got together. They had a great 3 days of feasting and meal, athletic events. They did races and wrestling and competitions. And they thank God.
Back in just a minute with David Barton. He's got a new book out called U-Turn. We'll talk about that here in just a second.